I've hit 1,000 sales. Want to know my tips and tricks for success on Poshmark? Stay tuned. Hi everyone, it's Stephanie from Three Queens Resale, and if you are new to my channel, thank you for joining me, and if you are returning, thanks for coming back. It does mean a lot to me as I work on building my YouTube community and trying to really improve my resale business. So, today's video is celebrating an anniversary, or a milestone, I guess. I have, as of today is Valentine's Day. So as of today, I have sold 1,018 items on Poshmark. I sold my first item on the app July 17th, 2018. So it has taken well over 2 years for me to get over 1,000 items. So today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about why it took me so long and some tips and tricks to sell things, because over that 2.5 years, I've learned quite a bit, and I'm actually hoping that I can get my second 1,000 here in 2021. So if that sounds interesting to you, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe, do all that fun stuff so you can follow me on my reseller journey, and let's get into it. So first thing I want to talk about is the fact that I am a part-time reseller. Full-time, I am a middle school teacher, and so of course that takes a lot of my time. I do have extended breaks like summer, spring break, holiday breaks, in which I'm able to work more on my reselling, but typically it is just a part-time hustle. I have been on FMLA since Thanksgiving, and I went back to work last week. So during that time, that I was off and I was feeling well, I was working more than I normally would have on my resale business. And of course, when we were sheltered in place last spring, I had more opportunity to work on it as well. So that's one reason that it took me a long time to get to 1,000, is just that I'm part-time. Another reason it took me so long is that even with being part-time, before I would call myself part-time, I would have called myself just a novel seller, selling things out of my home. I really didn't start to go source for things until about 4 or 5 months in, and even still, I think I liked sourcing more than I liked listing. So just within, I would say, the last 9 months to a year, have I really gotten focused about making sure that I'm consistently listing and not just like going to the thrift store and buying things because I like to buy things. So some of my thoughts on how to get to another 1,000 within the next, what do we have left? 10 months. The next 1,000 this year. One is I'm going to continue to list. My goal for this year is to list 5,000 items on Poshmark. I do cross-list those items to Mecari and eBay, but in some cases that follows a week to 2 weeks behind, giving things time to sell on Poshmark before I even list them on the other 2 platforms. So in order to achieve that goal, I try to list between 13 and 20 items a day. So I need to average 13 items a day for 365 days in order to hit that 5,000 goal. So I shoot for 20. That way, when there's days that I can list none, I've already got some in the bank. I'll start giving you a monthly report out of where I am. I know I'm behind schedule with that, but I am going to ramp things up as I change over my inventory system, because there were some things that I was not including in the count. Therefore, I was cheating myself out of listings. So for instance, shoes, they don't go onto my inventory sheet until after I sell them And so I'm changing it. Everything is going onto the inventory sheet when it gets listed. That way I can keep track of how many listings that I've listed. I can also look on Poshmark, but I just like to keep track of it on my inventory sheet as well. So listing consistently, and listing a lot of high quality things that people want to buy. When in my reselling journey, when I first started off, um, the sourcing part, because I started off with just selling things in my house, but when I started sourcing, I did not know what I was doing, and so I made a lot of bad buys, and some of those buys are still around. But with anything, the more you do it, the more you learn, and the better you get at it. So even this year, I've become more discerning with what I am going to source. So 2021, my area of focus is shoes. I think I've mentioned that in a couple of other videos. I'm really trying to learn everything that I can about shoes, source shoes as much as I can. Whenever I go into the thrift store or a consignment shop, I look at the shoes first, and I want shoes to take up the biggest part of my budget as far as thrifting and sourcing, because I'm calling this the year of the shoe. And so I just want to know about styles, brands, anything men's, women's, children's, anything that I can dedicate myself to learning about shoes. And I want to make myself a shoe expert. And then I feel like that doesn't mean that I'm not sourcing jeans and purses and shirts and tops and dresses. I am still sourcing those things, but I'm really focusing in on shoes as far as my intensive study. When you're a teacher, each year you have an intensive study of something that you want to work on. For instance, at school this year, I'm trying to work on intensively studying collaborative groups via Zoom. I don't know if I'll ever have to use it again after this year, but it's good to know. I got some like cold thing about to happen, so I'm gonna get this video done. I just got a nose thing. So shoes is like my primary focus as far as like my knowledge base this year, because what I have noticed is that shoes are easy to photograph, easy to for me clean. I just can put like the news on and clean a bunch of shoes, polish them up. I've kind of got a little system for getting things off, the marks and stuff off, and photographing and storing. So I like shoes, and I actually have a bunch of older shoe videos from when I first started this channel that I'll link up above, so that you can go back and see some of my tips and tricks for shoes. But shoes for me, when I look at my data, yield the highest average sale price. And I really want to focus on getting my average sale price up over $25. If you think about my goal of listing 5,000 things, if half of those could be shoes, and my average shoe sale price is $30, that would be like my full-time income. So I can do a lot with that type of money. So that's why I've decided to focus on shoes. So excuse me, I'm making all types of noises, burping, sniffing, coughing. I'm sorry, this is not a good Valentine's Day look, but this is real, and I'm not going to edit any of this out. So listing daily and focusing on shoes, and as well as I am looking to source higher end items in general. So let me tell you my thoughts on a few things about Poshmark. First of all, I love Poshmark. One of the reasons I love Poshmark is because it's easy for anyone to start. And I really encourage people that if they need to make some extra cash and they have a bunch of clothes and housewares and things, to just get that stuff photographed and listed, because it can be life changing. Reselling in general, now I do sell on other platforms. I sell on Mecari and eBay as well. I make between $300 to $500 additional a week for my family income. Now I do have a nice salary as a teacher, so that extra, but that extra, I don't know who couldn't use an extra $300 to $500. And I do source things now to resell, but if you have a lot of stuff of your own stuff, your kids' stuff, your husband's stuff, your friend's stuff, your grandma's stuff that you could list, you could probably just list that inventory for a good 6 months before you even had to invest a dime. And that's why I like Poshmark. And you can just get going really relatively quickly and make a lot of extra money. Um, so the 20% fee, it is what it is. I'm not one of those people who haggles or this is the fee to use the platform, and it is what it is. Do I wish it was cheaper? Of course I do. Um, but I also think with that 20% fee, they handle a lot of things like um, the shipping. If someone has to ship something back to you, whereas on eBay, you have to pay for that. Um, just, I call it, if there's a dispute, they handle it like, if something gets lost, you're not out. So that 20% is just to me the cost of doing business, and on the platform, the use of the platform, and I don't even worry about it. I don't have any like negative things to say about it or positive. It just is what it is. Some of the things that drive me crazy. Um, One of the things that drives me crazy is sharing my closet. As I've ramped up my closet, I have over 1,000 active listings, and most of that came while I was on FMLA, because I was off from my full-time job, so I had time to list everything that I had and everything that people were bringing me. I had one person give me over 200 items that I was able to photograph and list during that time off. So is the sharing. The sharing is very time consuming, and I have since outsourced that to a VA, so I have to account for that out of my profit. But it was robbing my soul to share more than once a day. It took almost an hour to share that much. So I'm happy to give that task to someone else because in an hour I could list 5 to 6 new items and or more that can sell a day. So to pay that for that person who's sharing for me. Um, Other than the sharing, I don't really have a problem with the lowballers or um, the disputes. I take good photographs. I include measurements. I answer all questions. So most the times that people have returned things or like disputed, it's because I messed up on the shipping and I messed up the label and sent them the wrong thing or I pulled the wrong thing. That happens less and less frequently. I am a human being, so sometimes it does still happen, but those types of errors don't happen as often. So I don't, like I said, have any problem with the way Poshmark has handled any of that. Packaging, and I know this is like there's two frames of thought. There's one to use the free USPS items, and then there's the other that the Poshmark customer um, wants the frills and thrills and special cute packaging and all that. I fall somewhere in the middle. I started off using ordering the cute poly mailers because I saw everybody else on Instagram with them and I wanted them too. And I still do have those because, like I said, I do sell on Mecari and eBay, and they do not, if you send something first class, you have to package it. So I still have those things. So with Poshmark, I typically use the USPS boxes that are free in the envelopes. If it goes in a box, either way, everything is in a Ziploc bag. I have everything prepackaged in Ziploc bags, not baggies. They're not all Ziplocs. Some of them are IKEA bags, but whether it's a shoes, a coat, whatever, I have a variety. A pair of earrings, I have a bag for it. And then I stick it in the USPS bag. I just did a big bulk order of over 125 shoe boxes, um, 100 padded envelopes, um, and then I have like 50 medium boxes. So I stay stocked up. Um, Whenever it gets low, I send it. I just go on their website and order more. So I do use their packaging. If I put it in a box, though, um, I like will put tissue paper around it, like the whole thing, with a thank you sticker on top. Other than that, each package does get a pre-written thank you note, like a typed thank you note, with my Instagram information and just a general thank you. I stopped handwriting things a long time ago. I don't even handwrite comments and things on students' report cards. I have like a set list that I copy and paste from that are just like general. I know that sounds very impersonal, but when you have a lot to do quickly, with almost 200 students, to sit down and write something personal for each one on their report cards would take me a lifetime. I would do nothing else. And so there are general comments that I make on there. And I found the same thing with the Poshmark thank you notes. It's like they're the same general things that I would say. And when I sat down and think about it myself, I am a Poshmark customer. I do buy plenty of things on Poshmark. I've even changed my daughter and her friends into Poshmark customers. Um, so if I want something high end or name brand or like looking for something specific, I always look to Poshmark first. And I've ordered and received plenty of packages on Poshmark. Um, and I really, as long as it arrived in the condition that it was given to me, or the condition it said it would be, I'm cool. I've gotten cards and some, and cards and not cards and others. I has not. I mean, I might have been like, oh, that's a cute card, and then it goes right in the recycle bin. So those items are kind of wasted on me. And I feel like I'm pretty, like, I'm a girly girl, frilly girl kind of girl. And I feel like if they're wasted on me, they might be wasted on other people. So I don't do them. If you do them, that's awesome. Um, so while I'm not just like stark, I'm not all the bells and whistles, I'm like somewhere in between. So how I get most of my sales, and I'm going to tell you this, the secret that is not a secret. I send offers to likers every day. Um, I'm not one that sends them right with while people do it, but I do send offers to likers between 10 to 20% every day. And then normally once a week, on Sundays, I'll go through the past 6 days and I'll send a 30 to 40% off offer to liker um, to people of things that have already been liked that I've sent offers on that week. Um, Now, not always do I send that. Those are on the older items, but I have big Sundays because I do send out big discounts on Sundays. I'm probably going to move that to Saturday since I've only been doing that for the past, like, since I started that when I was on off work. So now that I'm back to work, Sundays is not a good day to sell 20 things because I have to then like package them all and have to go to work Monday morning. So I'll probably do that. Start sending those offers on Fridays or Saturdays. Um, those deeper discounts, but I do send lots of offers to likers. And so one strategy that I have learned is just from the offset to price a little higher to compensate from that for that. 20 to 25% probably more than I actually expect to receive so that I have some room for those shipping discounts and those offers. And that seems to yield me, I have a goal to sell 20 items a week, and I have sold more than 20 items every week this year. And right now, my weekly sales are averaging for over 400. Um, my goal is to get to $600 a week, and keep in mind I am only a part-time seller, um, so I'm pretty happy where things are. Um, Poshmark ambassador. So I am a Poshmark ambassador. Dun, 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 dun. The only thing I will say about it is that when I first became a Poshmark ambassador, and I got that status for like probably within 9 months of being on Poshmark, because I used to share other people's closets a lot, which we'll talk about in a moment. But I got a bump in like followers at the beginning because lots of people started following me because I was a Poshmark ambassador. I have about 69,000 followers, not a whole bunch compared to some people. Sometimes I follow people, sometimes I don't. As far as sharing other people's closets, I used to do it like religiously, like all day. Um, and now I don't. I don't have the time for that. Um, I may share like two or three people's closets like every now and then. It's not consistent at all. And I have pretty much consistent daily sales, and I do not consistently like share other people's stuff. Now, my stuff is shared pretty consistently because I do have a VA, and if I am just like sitting waiting for a meeting to start, I'll share some my own closet. But when I learned a little bit about, and Amber Resale did a video, and I think it went viral about Poshmark and sharing. If I can find it, I'll link it up above or in the description so that you can watch it yourself. But it kind of just put a new light on the importance of just taking care of your own closet. Um, I'm a part-time reseller, and I do want to be social, and I do want to meet other poshers. I went to Posh Fest in 2019 and met people and really enjoyed it. But I would rather interact with people via YouTube and Instagram and that manner than sharing their stuff. I'd rather just, I feel like that is more of a benefit to them as well as myself. So become a Poshmark ambassador if you want. Share people's stuff if you want. Do what you want. It's your business. But I'm just talking about what I do. So enough of me rambling on. I'm so excited to have hit over 1,000, and I'm going to keep chugging along and try to hit another 1,000 this year. And hopefully, you will follow me along on that journey. I do have a consignment arm of my resale, and all of those things are listed in my Poshmark closet. And I do do hauls of of my consignees' donations or items that they bring in to me. Um, so, like I said, if you're interested in following me on my reseller journey and seeing what tips and tricks I have along the way and my struggles and setbacks as I work towards making as much money as I can on Poshmark, definitely hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and until next time,